That's me literally raising 1.1 million for free, effectively, on a webinar. I'm a firm believer that you can learn from everybody. You can learn from everybody. And one thing that gurus and influencers are really freaking good at is marketing themselves. My name is Sam Singh. It is an absolute pleasure to be here with you guys today. I know some people flew in from across the country. I think some people are even here from across the world. And holy shit, that is amazing. And like Sumner mentioned, Marlon, love you, bro. Marlon and I have been speaking on a lot of stages, right? And we've been speaking in stages on the West Coast, on the East Coast. We've been in Puerto Rico. We've been everywhere. And we keep seeing all these rooms, and there are rooms and mentorships and masterminds where you guys keep hearing this phrase. You guys have heard this, right? Playful out. You guys have all heard that, right? Marlon, we hear that everywhere we go. The event host always asks his people to play full out. Now, what does that mean? It means that you're engaged. It means that you're active. It means that everyone is paying attention. Marlon, I mean, is it safe to say that most places we go, most people aren't actually engaged? It's completely true. So this is wild because it's the first LIA in-person event, right? And everyone here is engaged. I mean, I'm literally looking at so many faces right now and you're all staring back. It's weird as shit. I'm used to most people being on their phones on Instagram or on Twitter or on Tinder or on Grindr. I mean, whatever you guys going on. And people aren't engaged. And this entire weekend, Marlon and I, we keep going back to our Airbnb and we keep talking about how everyone is plugged in. Everyone is listening. So I want to congratulate and say thank you to all of you guys for playing full out because you're showing up for each other. You're showing up for the speakers. You're showing up for my boy Sumner. And most importantly, you're showing up for yourselves. And when you do that, it's not even about you guys. You're showing up for your loved ones. You're showing up for the people that you do this for, your why. So guys, give a round of applause to yourselves. And before we get into some decently fun stuff, I need to give a little bit of flowers, right? Because this is really freaking special. This is really, truly special. I mean, we've been speaking at so many events, and it's their 20th event, it's their 100th event, it's their 10,000th event. And I mean, I'm gonna be really transparent here with you guys. Whenever we do these events, we go and usually talk to the person who's leading the room. We talk to Sumner, and we always ask this question: what is it you wanna sell? What is it you wanna monetize on? Honestly, what are you looking to get from the room? And Marlon and I, we asked that to Sumner. You guys want to know what he said? He said, shit, I don't know. I just want people to have a good time. I believe that the power of community starts at the top, right? Top-down leadership culture starts at the top. You guys have a phenomenal leader who is, I don't even know, he's got sage wisdom, but he's still in his 20s, which is bonkers to me. But you guys have an amazing leader in this. Yes, absolutely. And one thing that's really special is this is the first ever LIA in-person mastermind event. And I have no goddamn clue how the hell I got invited. I have no clue, guys. I mean, Dennis, thank you. I mean, like, yeah, it's really kind of funny, guys. I don't do... Oh, wow, that did not go well. Okay, we're done. So... I don't do land deals. I don't know if you guys know that. I'm not a land guy. I actually just closed our first one. I just got paid on it with Dennis. I mean, maybe that was my ticket through the door, but to be in someone's first ever event, can you guys feel that Sumner, this is not a way for him to make money. I know what goes into event planning, and it is not freaking easy. He doesn't care about selling courses or selling coaching or doing any of that shit. This really is a life milestone for this man. I know people who literally make billions of dollars. Are some of my mentors. You will never see them on earth. They will never throw an event. They will be locked in their caves because they have business down to such a science, they can print freaking money. It takes something really special to do this. So it is an honor to be a part of this. Guys, give it up for Sumner, please. I'm gonna make sure I don't skip through this whole damn thing again. All right, so It's an honor to be here with you guys. My name is Sam Singh, and welcome to How to Use Webinars to Get Free Shit. Get free stuff. Okay. There was some talk earlier about influencers and gurus and the epidemic of them and how they how we shouldn't listen to them. And the reality is this, for the most part, gurus kind of suck. But I'm a firm believer that you can learn from everybody. You can learn from everybody. And one thing that gurus and influencers are really freaking good at is marketing themselves. I mean, it's in the word influencer, right? It is to influence other people to do whatever the hell it is you want them to do. My boy Marlon dropped some absolute gold earlier where he said, your mission truly is to take everyone around you and find a way to get them to serve you. It is their job to serve you. It's your job to serve them. Influencers do this at this amazing capacity, and it is my goal to show you guys how to, within the next 2 weeks, and I'm dead serious, the next 2 weeks, how to take some of these easy principles and just raise a ton of money, get some more deals, exponentially grow your business in a very short amount of time. We're gonna go over that today. Let's get into it. Okay, Sam, what stuff? What free stuff? Am I getting a Toyota Camry? Am I getting a Tesla? Do you want a Porsche, right? Okay, so we're not doing any of that stuff right now. But first, deal flow, right? I'm gonna try really hard not to lose my voice today. So, deal flow. You guys know in like W-2, there's always the people who live paycheck to paycheck, right? You guys ever met investors who live deal to deal? Right? They make 10 grand or they make 50 grand and it's a great time and they just disappear, their business tanks, and then they're broke as shit again. And you're like, bro, what happened to your 50K deal? Well, that was 2 months ago and I spent it all on marketing and I had to pay back my investors, now I'm broke as shit again. It's like, you're a sorry excuse for an entrepreneur. And I talk to a lot of these people and I say, what's going on with your life? And you know what I quickly find out? There is a lack of deal flow. Now, what do I mean by that? Their deals are usually only coming from one vector. We talk about a diversified stream of income. We should also have, in my honest opinion, in today's day and age, a diversified stream of deals coming to us in a million different ways, right? We look at our boys in Chicago doing 25 million deals a year, right? Through social media, through TikTok. I learned a lot through that, bro. I just hope you realize, I'm stealing all of your shit. All of it, I'm stealing it. I look at a lot of these struggling entrepreneurs, these struggling investors, and they don't have enough deals. Their only deals come from their own marketing, their own mailers, their own texting, their own VAs. But then launch control account shuts down. Virtual assistant quits because you have bad culture. Now your business is at zero again, and now your wife's wondering, what the hell are you doing in your business right now? You're supposed to be providing and protecting, right? So we're gonna talk, and guys, I don't want you guys to think about deals as deals. Like, deals are opportunities. And you might say, Sam, well, I don't wanna buy every deal that comes across my desk. Great, don't. Find a way to monetize. Find a way to put your hand in that vehicle, in that opportunity, extract value out of it to feed your people, and then keep moving on. So we're gonna talk about, and I'm gonna show you how webinars have actually exponentially grown my deal flow alone. And just so you guys know, it's one of the easiest things you guys can do. Number 2, funding for marketing, right? It's a really capital intensive business, right? You guys are sending out mailers, and are mailers cheap, guys, overall? Hell no. Texting is fun, texting can be cheap, but with upcoming regulations, you guys know that it's gonna become a little bit harder. You're gonna have to get better data sets. You're probably gonna have to go more niche depending on what you do, and that costs more money. Okay, what if you're brand new and you don't have a dime to your name yet? Or what if you're on your last 5 grand and you don't have the experience behind you to go and crush a new marketing campaign? Are you really gonna spend your last 5 grand on mailers not knowing what to do with it? That's a really scary spot to be in. Take that one step further. How do you justify that to your wife? How do you justify that to your kids? Because you got bills coming up and you're gonna say, hey, I wanna do something scary. I wanna be an investor. I wanna go buy land, and I'm gonna send out 5,000 goddamn postcards tomorrow. It's a scary thing, right? I'm gonna show you guys how I've used webinars to get insane amounts of funding effectively for free, to test new marketing channels, to test new markets, campaign channels, all that fun stuff. And then last thing, Marlon buys a lot of property, so do I. I know, is anyone here buying like actively single family, self-storage, multifamily, hotels? Cool. So we buy a ton and we need a ton of capital to do it. I know you guys need to raise capital, especially to scale a land investing business. We do the same in the things that I do. Private capital is done wrong, and in my opinion, it's taught wrong by every private capital influencer guru out there. They teach you to go pretty much have an elevator pitch to basically go and scream this in some random poor stranger's face every 5 seconds. You guys have heard this, right? This phrase, I show people how to get, what is it? I show how to make double-digit returns backed by real estate. God damn, that is such a shit line. Shit line. Horrible. I don't know who invented that line. Exactly. So everyone who teaches how to raise private capital, in my opinion, teaches it completely wrong. The ones who do it right will never teach you how to do it because it is their competitive advantage in the marketplace of raising private capital. Guess what? Some of the best in the game, they do it through a lot of webinaring and a lot of content. We're going to get into that. But guys, I want you guys to realize this. When I say webinars, when I say content, when I say brands, who here wants to be an influencer, wants to be huge on social media? You, oh, I love the way your hand went up. Not you, Marlon, you're fine. So here's the reality. You don't have to be a massive influencer to do all of these things. I'm gonna show you guys how I use webinars to raise literally millions and millions of dollars. And the first 1.1 million I raised, I had less than 1,000 followers on Instagram. That's it. You could do so much with so little. The beauty of the industry that you're in is that it is all quality over quantity. You guys don't have to have massive followings. You don't have to have 1 million followers watching your shit all the time. You really don't. You just gotta provide tons of value. People will resonate with you and it becomes easy to make a ton of money doing it. But let's move on. Oh, in case some of you guys might be wondering, you guys see this really cool barcode right here? Yeah, if you scan it, nothing happens. It's just a barcode. I just saw it. It looked cool. It doesn't lead to like my OnlyFans or anything. Only Sam's. God damn it, I had the chance. Shit. Only Sam's. Sorry, only Sam's. So, why you should listen to me. Guys, I don't do land. I will do land. Right after meeting Sumner, it's almost impossible not to start getting into land. But this is a little bit about me. So I love coming to land in multifamily events because there's always people in the room who are like, I tried wholesale real estate, wholesale single family, and they got burned out because they probably couldn't figure it out. Honestly, I'm the guy that figured it out. It's what I'm really freaking good at. We crush in wholesale single family. It's our main active source of income in the game of real estate. So we are currently running 7 active marketing channels. That's gonna be cold call, texting, direct mail, Google Ads PPC, Google Ads PPL. And on the free channels, we have an entire JV funnel and we've got an entire DTA, direct to agent. So we work a lot with brokers who bring us stuff for free. All that saying is that I have a ton of KPIs on all the marketing channels and I'm really familiar with all of them and what it takes to scale them. That's my jam. Number 2, capital raising. In webinars specifically. We raise money everywhere we go, but we capital raise a ton through webinars. And guys, just so you guys know, what's the date today? Anyone know? 29. So how many days are we from November 1st? It's like 2 or 3 days? 2 days. 3, okay. So I want to say thank you all, because in 3 days will officially be my 2-year anniversary in real estate and entrepreneurship. So thank you guys for being here with me on the cusp of that. Thank you. Dude, thank you, brother. Thank you for your support and friendship. It's been amazing. But yeah, so in my about 1.5 to 2 years, we've raised millions and millions and millions, and I stopped counting after about 5 million just because I got bored of it. But in my first day of raising private capital, I'm like your typical visionary who goes and gets a lot of deals locked up. And when I go and get a lot of deals locked up, and I had like 7 escrows that I wanted to finally start buying and like owning property, my partner came to me, he's like, bro, you're freaking crushing it. We have a problem. And I'm like, what's that problem? We need money. And I'm like, what do you mean? We got deals. He's like, no, you need money to close. And I'm like, what the fuck does that mean? Like, what is that? He's like, dude, you got to go raise money and people have to give you capital so you can actually buy these houses and do what you want with them. And I'm like, oh, I forgot about that. Typical visionary shit, right? So what did I do? I did the only thing that I knew how to do. I looked at my mentors. I looked at influencers doing big ass webinars to get whatever they want. Most of the time, they're gonna use it to sell affiliate marketing or sell a course or a coaching product. Well, I'm like, they're really good at doing what they do. Can I just mobilize this to get some money? First webinar I've ever done in my life, within 24 hours. Actually, 24 hours, we raised $1.1 million. And I had no freaking clue what I was doing, guys. It's so easy. Lastly, this is huge. Someone I look up to greatly is a guy named Alex Hormozi. If you guys don't know him, you absolutely should. He's a phenom of a human being. He's a phenom of a business owner. And he talks about there is a power to being someone who is about what they say they're about. And I started broke in this industry, guys. 2 years ago, I graduated grad school. And when you go to grad school, what happens is this. You take out a lot of loans. You do a bunch of boring ass work. You owe the government a ton of money. And in return, they give you a fancy piece of paper that's useless. So there you guys go. So with my fancy ass grad degree, I graduated and I was broke as a joke. And I knew that if I wanted to play the game at a high level and I wanted to do PPC, PPL, I wanted to do Facebook ads, I wanted to do the whole nine, I wanted to hire people because I wanted to move fast, right? I needed money, but I was broke. I was a kid. I had no money. So I used webinars to strategically get OPM, other people's money, to fund all of my marketing in my marketing channels. Now, we still do this a little bit, but we do this in a much more reserved fashion. We're gonna talk about that a little bit. One thing that I actually want to go back because I just realized this is really important. Right here, raising private capital, right? It's one of the most important things that you guys will ever do as entrepreneurs. In business, in real estate, if you guys go start a tech company, a data company, a coaching business, whatever. Usually, raising money to some degree will help you pour gasoline on the fire. I think everyone has a broken relationship with raising private capital. So for my note takers, as Marlon calls them, the money makers, right? For my note takers, I actually want to help you guys. My mentor, one of my mentors, a phenomenal human being by the name of Pace Morby, he helped shift my mindset with money and raising capital. And he actually had me say it. Now I want you guys to write it for the people who are note takers. Do me a massive favor. I want you guys to write down 4 words, 4 simple words. I raise private capital. Tinder. Okay, everyone good? Okay, this is as simple as it is. Simple as it is. I'm not gonna make you do a lot of work. I raise private capital. I'm gonna show you how to permanently shift your mindset with it. If you absorb this, I swear to God, it will change the way you view money and the way you get money and the way you receive it. The word raise, R-A-I-S-E, I want you to draw a line through it. Cross it out, scribble it out, exit, burn it on fire. Actually, don't start fires. Don't do that. No, let's not do that. Right above that, the word raise that you just crossed out, I want you to write the word attract. This is now your core credo. You do not raise private capital, you attract private capital. This is the power of marketing. This is the power of branding. This is the power of operating in a weird vibrational energy that manifests whatever you want. I attract private capital. Everyone good with that? Sweet. I'm gonna try to be as fast as I can because otherwise I think Amanda might kill me because we're super overtime. Okay, I've done a lot of this, guys. Marlon, do you think it's safe to say I do a lot of intentional webinars? Tons, you do the same. Probably you're better at it than I am. You're actually one of the best I've ever seen at it. I do these and I've raised millions of dollars. Like, I am not joking, millions of dollars. I've done dozens and dozens of deals just from this for free. And I've gotten insane amounts of money given to me by private investors, by even some venture capital guys, to fund whatever the hell I want to fund. And these are like legit the only expenses I have. So first, Zoom. That's a Zoom logo if you guys didn't know. Whopping amount of money, $14.99 per month. Super easy. Number 2, this is actually Calendly's logo, which is funny. Calendly, It's where people can go book a call with you. You guys know it. If you guys aren't using it, I mean, I swear it's actually one of the most easy things that you can do. It's also a phenomenal filtering mechanism when you use the questions the right way. Calendly, whopping price of free 99. You guys notice I like cheap stuff. Someone's really resourceful. I think it was Peter's extremely resourceful. Like, I'm really big on being equally resourceful and making a lot of money with doing very little. So this is where I think people drop the ball. You do this right here, the CRM. If you do the CRM, you will bypass so many idiots who do webinars and they half-ass it. Everyone here uses CRM? Yes, no? For the most part, everyone here know what a CRM is. Okay, amazing. You will need a tool and a system to track the relationships. You guys have CRMs for your sellers, right? Why don't you have CRMs for the other important relationships that are gonna make you a ton of money in life? You need it. Don't give me that bullshit like, well, Sam, I can remember them. Well, if you can remember them, you're probably not talking to enough people. If you go to enough events and you network enough and you provide enough value to the ecosystem, you will meet so many people that you will not be able to just remember them on your hand. You will need a tool, something simple. Go high level, monday.com, Podio. Podio's freaking free, guys. Get one, lock it in. It's going to be amazing. This right here, to me, was a game changer. Like, it truly was. Canva, anyone here use Canva? Amazing. Canva's easy, right? It's the easiest way to do graphic design out there. Don't use the free account, use the premium one. It's a little bit of money, it's $12.99 a month. It's worth it so much. I mean, I'm not joking. If I want to think about something that's made me money, Canva, that $12.99 has made me like literally millions. It's amazing. So this combo's made me a ton of monies. If you guys like haven't written this down, write this down. This is it. Like, this is all that I use to this day. The next webinar that I do, I am only going to use these 4 things. So I want to talk about being intentional with these webinars, okay? Like Hermosi talks about, like a lot of the business greats talk about, let's not talk about things that we haven't done. And let's not talk about things that we haven't done and also benefited and profited from. So I want to talk about 2 intentional webinars that I have done that have done stupid things for me. Stupid things for me. And I want you guys to do the same. And I'm completely okay with you guys copying every bit of this. Like, completely okay. 100%. Literally copy all of it. Do it again in the next 14 days when you guys get home. My only ask is that on Instagram you tag me in it so I see that you guys are action takers. But I want to start on this one on the right here, okay? This was my first ever webinar I've ever done. Get plugged in. Now let's be honest, guys. It kind of looks like shit. And that's okay. It's completely okay. Made it with Canva, made it with the free account. I had no idea what I was doing, guys. I'm not a creative human being at all. I think a lot of the guys can resonate with me on that, where if you try to make us make a flyer that looks good, we're gonna sit there for 8 hours and nothing will get done and we'll watch a lot of TV. So get plugged in. And the thesis of this event was showing new investors how to get plugged into established REI businesses, right? Real estate investing businesses. I wanna really kind of dive into what I did here, how it made me the money that I wanted, and why it crushed for me, and why it's become a staple masterclass in my arsenal. We went on a 5-hour avatar breakdown. You guys know in real estate, in any business model, there's tons of avatars, right? In the world of real estate wholesale, which is the world that I come from, you've got transaction coordinators, that's an avatar. You've got closers, guys like Dennis Yasko. We've trained closers together in the Nightly Dial. You've got leaders, you've got lead managers, you've got dispo managers. People have avatars and they don't even know what their own avatar is because they have a lack of clarity, right? So what do I do on Get Plugged In? I do a massive 4 or 5 hour breakdown of every avatar imaginable in the real estate space. Now, can you guys guess, without looking at the screen, what my intention was to receive from that? Because I didn't just do a webinar just to do a webinar, guys. I wanted to get something very specific. Can anyone guess what I was trying to receive? Yes? Hire people. That's a really good one. Marlon. Okay, Marlon's got it. I shouldn't have called on you. You know me. You're like my best friend. God dang it. So, yes. So hire people. What did I do? On this webinar, I actually had a ton of my friends who were high-level operators, and I asked them, hey man, what do you need in your business? Dennis, what do you need? You were there. Holy shit. That's amazing. Oh, damn. Okay. And dude, we had like 500 people on that call. It was amazing. And I asked my friends, hey, what do you need in your business? Do you need a dispo guy? Do you need an acquisitions rep? Do you need a TC? And with these newbies who are trying to get clarity, and I'm saying, hey, if you are young, broke as a joke, have all the time in the world and live at mom's house, but you love being on the phone, you're a lead manager or closer all day. And I would then go and say, hey, to my buddy Daryl, you need a closer, right? Well, here, meet Jonathan. Jonathan's in this Zoom. And I would connect those dots. I did that for 4 to 5 hours, and we plugged in dozens and dozens of people into established businesses, but I was looking for one. And this is critical. This is so important, guys. When you're doing these things, right, we talk about, Sumner talked about not going for the ass too fast. You talked about this as well, right? I didn't just come in, throw a webinar, get 500 people in the door, and say, hey, I need $1 million. It's not what I did. Instead, for about 5 hours, I obsessively served that room. I obsessively got to meet dozens of people, looked into their lives, looked into their personalities, into their tolerances, and I just played professional matchmaker for them. I just served. All right, so after about 5 hours of relentless service, right, I finally thought that I had deserved to go for the ask. But I didn't take an hour to make the ask. I didn't draw it out. I didn't beg for it. I said one simple thing, right? And I knew this was gonna happen because I was planting seeds. Dennis talks about planting seeds along the way. I'm taking people who was a closer, putting them with the closer, right? I go over all the avatars. You guys wanna know what the most important avatar that I was looking for? Marlon said it. I'm looking for lenders. I was looking for all the doctors and the dentists and the lawyers who were sitting on $100K in their savings account who didn't have the time to do real estate. They needed someone like me to go get it for them. I was looking for my lender avatar. And by the end of the call, because I'd planted enough seeds, what happened? Someone said, Sam, what avatar can be in your business right now? And then that's where you go into high-level sales psychology, and you say, well, you know what? I just want to serve. I just want to give to you guys, right? For the closers, I want to put you in rooms where closers belong. I don't want to take from this room. But, in my business, we're good. We got closers. We got dispo people. I mean, I think the only thing that I need right now, I need lenders. I mean, that's just it. We're buying deals. So if you're sitting on some capital and you want to get into some deals and, you relate to me, here's my phone number. Just text me and we'll jump on a call. That is it. 5-hour call. I think it was almost it was 5.5 hour call. 30 seconds was my ask. 30 seconds. That's it. Not, hey, I need $1 million. Not, hey, I'm syndicating. Not, hey, do you want to invest in my deals? No, this is just it. This is the avatar that makes sense for me right now. If you want to get in touch with me, here's my number. Let me get back to giving value. Within 24 hours of that, we had $1.17 million in private capital. It's the first time I ever raised private capital in my life, guys. So feel free to rip that shit off. But I want you guys to pay attention to something. Did I do an entire webinar pitching my deals, pitching my my need for capital? No, what did I do? I did 5 hours of relentless value to 500 strangers. That was me paying the due. That was me giving enough so that I could receive. Does that make sense? Amazing. I want you all to do the same. So if you do webinars, guys, I use the term webinar right now because I wanted it to be relatable to everyone because we all know that word. Please don't use the freaking word webinar. It's one of the worst words out there. People associate that word with something's going to be sold to them. Don't say webinar. Don't say Zoom call. No one shows up for that because that shit sounds boring as hell. Marlon, you know this. What do I call these? I call them master classes. Why do I use Canva? Why don't I just say, here's my Zoom link, sign up for this shit? Why do I go and create, at the time I thought this was fire. Looking back at it, I'm like, this is not so good. Why do I care about Canva and looking a little bit different? Because every other idiot in the marketplace will say, come to my webinar, come to my Zoom. I'm the guy who's saying, I'm gonna throw a masterclass if you wanna learn all the games of how to get established into a real estate investing business if you're a newbie. If you wanna be there, show up. So that's me literally raising 1.1 million for free, effectively, on a webinar. Marketing secrets. It's a little bit dark, so you guys can't see it here. This one overall looks 1,000,000 times better. I did this one last year. So, and I'm just having fun with it. If you guys can't see it, It says, this is totally playing on like a critic award, like horror movie kind of cover. It says, a Zoom based on a true story of investing, like all these like critic little kind of sayings, which is fun. Marketing Secrets starring Sam Singh, Brad Pitt, and Angelina Jolie. Brad and Angelina couldn't make it. The crowd was really upset, but we got a lot of people to show up anyways. It was a good time. And then I even threw in the little in Zoom cinemas Wednesday, November 23rd. That was fun. So we did this, about a year ago. Marketing Secrets. What did I say earlier? What is one of the things that you guys want? Deal flow and people to fund your campaigns, right? On this one, I actually wanted more deals. I realized like we had enough deals in, but I wanted more. And I didn't want to go pay for the marketing myself. So I had a 4 to 5 hour breakdown of how to scale every major marketing method that is applicable in real estate wholesale. And I gave away all the game 10 times over. 10 times over. Cold call, texting, PPC, Facebook ads, direct mail. I showed them how to scale all of them minimum to a 6-figure month. The one caveat at the end, and this was like a 4 or 5 hour call. This one was fun. I love this one. All I say is if you guys want some feedback as you're scaling these marketing channels, come talk to my team. We're really damn good at this shit. We'll actually help you optimize. That is it. What did I do? Out of the 500-600 people, a dozen took the call on that. That dozen were the biggest action takers I've ever seen in my life. All those guys started implementing everything that I talked about. All of it. The PPC, the Facebook ads, the direct mail. Now guess what happened? As we're talking to them, we're also planting seeds of saying, hey, I want to buy more deals. Hey, if you're doing deals in Texas, like I would love to buy them. If you're doing deals in Florida, I can disposition them. We do tons of dispo with Investor Lift. We can actually help you. We've probably done in top line, not profit, not net profit by any means. Just through JV deals on that, we've actually done over $1 million in assignments from this one call that I can track. This call took me 4 or 5 hours. It was effectively free. I gave a shit ton of value. I showed mastery of knowledge, and we got everything that I wanted, right? I wanted more deal flow. Did I get more deal flow? Hell yeah, I did. And guess what? I found the 12 operators that I needed. They paid for the PPC, not me. They paid for the direct mail, not me. They hired the people, not me. So for my advanced guys here who want to up your deal flow without increasing your expenses and logistical infrastructure and hiring more people, show other people how to become better operators and just buy their shit. It's that simple. It's really that simple. Too often in this, we gatekeep our mastery of knowledge. I'm obsessed with how much can I give it away. Now, let's say you wanted to do marketing secrets, but you didn't want the deal flow. You're newer and you want to do something to that same effect, but you need the funding for PPC. I did a rudimentary version of marketing secrets about 1.5 years ago when I was broke as a joke, and I did this same call effectively at a much lower level to show people how much I knew about marketing so I could attract the people who wanted to give me their money and fund my marketing for me. Real easy money, guys. Okay, when you do this, when you go get the Zoom and you get the Calendly and you get the Canva and you do all the damn things, you guys are gonna have 500 people sign up for a call. Some of you guys are gonna have 1,000. Shit, Peter's gonna have 10,000 because he's a baller. What's gonna happen after that? What are your goals? These are your goals for your webinar. Number 1, you will show mastery of content. You have to be an authority. There's no point in throwing a room and throwing a presentation or a Zoom call or a webinar and be the dumbest person in that room. Why are people there to see you? You have to showcase mastery of knowledge, right? So, crush the content. People will view you automatically as the authority. You know what you're doing. Number 2, credibility. You will show that you do this at a freaking high-ass level. And if you don't, you are partnering with someone who does. So if you're here and you're intermediate and you're doing well, but you're not scaled, you're not a master, so you may not have the credibility, but guess who does? Sumner does. Guess who does? Peter does, right? There's so many people in this room who have tons of credibility. Mike does too. You can leverage these guys and adopt, with their permission, their credibility, because you're going to bring opportunity to them. You're going to establish authority. You're going to establish credibility. While you're doing this, while you're giving tons of value, you're doing marketing secrets or get plugged in or any of the other things that you guys come up with, your crowd, you're building interest and, more importantly, buy-in. What do I mean by that? You're selling them on a vision. You're selling them on a vision of a profitable future that starts with you. They should want to be involved in it with you. By the end of the call, people should want to be a part of your vision, not the other way around. Everyone got that? Are you guys getting value out of this? Is this landing? Okay, sweet. Thank you. So, you're on a Zoom call, you're crushing it, you're doing the Sumner stuff, you're doing the Marlin stuff, you're hyping people up, people are loving you, you've built the authority, the credibility, the interest, they want to buy into whatever the hell it is that you're doing. This is where everyone drops the ball on webinars. Everybody that I see, and the ones who don't are the ones who make millions. Direction. You must have a vehicle to push them to for next steps, especially if you're raising money. What are those vehicles? Remember how I mentioned Calendly, right? The free online booking service where you can actually have people book calls with you for free. Calendly's a version of that. Rig the questions so you can filter people out who you don't want to talk to, who are maybe tire kickers and things like that. You guys are smart, you can figure it out. But once you've done this, I want to talk about a higher level direction or redirect. And this is something that, in my opinion, everyone who's at least intermediate or above should be doing or should have the back of their heads, especially if you're raising private capital. And that's this. What next after you've crushed your Zoom? Where do you send them? If you are raising capital at a high level, y'all know this guy? It's a dope dude. It's my mentor, one of my mentors, phenomenal human being. Taught me so much about money, taught me so much about marketing, learned so much from him. You can't see his face, but this is Ryan Pineda. We're in Vegas. We're actually in his backyard right now. Ryan Pineda is an amazing investor and a human being, phenomenal guy. These screenshots are actually of their two websites. This is a screenshot of investwithpace.com. This is a screenshot of pinedacapital.com. These things look fancy, don't they? Anyone here who's not made a website, you're like, holy shit, that looks fancy. Oh my God, I've never been on BiggerPockets, Fox, Business Insider, Forbes, all these things. We call these things trust badges, right? Fun fact, you can actually get most of those for free. Like, fun fact. So, your goal with this website is actually to keep it really simple. You want to build more FaceTime. Grant Cardone, Ryan Pineda, Brittany Arneson, Pace Morby, Jamil Damji, Graham Stefford, anyone who's raising capital at a high level, Vina Jetty, their website will have tons of their face. They just saw you on a webinar for 4 or 5 hours, but they're going to check out your website a week later. They need to be reminded of what your face look like. They need to see you again. You're going to build credibility, right? By showing the assets that you own, the business that you do, all these simple things. Like these guys, they'll say $100 million of real estate owned. Here are the states that we own deals. Very simple, very simple. Your investment thesis, that's basic. That's just what do I want to do with investment? Why am I doing this? What am I looking for? Right here. This is the most important part. Enter, directory, or call. I studied this. I actually looked at this past week when I was making this presentation. This guy's page and his page and Grant Cardone's page and Vina Jetty's page, they all only have one button. That's it, one button. And that button right here, join waiting list, you can't see it, but it says meet the team. They all do one thing. They push you to a CRM on the back. They have you book a call, enter your details so you can be entered into a newsletter. I don't want you guys to do all this shit. I don't want you guys to go and do all the influencer crap, but I want you to have a go high level, a Monday, a Podio, a something, right? So you can start tracking these relationships and you can start meaningfully follow up with these people who want to give you tons of money. What I don't want you guys to do is crush a webinar. You create something super badass like marketing secrets, absolutely crush it. You have all these people that want to give you $2.5 million total that you can scale your business with, and then you drop the ball on the back end. And I see people do that all the time. So you guys aren't idiots. For the people who are intermediate, advanced, if you don't have a website, that's just a basic one-page landing page saying, this is me, this is what I do. Enter your email so I can reach out to you and book a call so we can see if it's fun to work together. That's it. Cool. Once you've done all these things, you've put all the puzzle pieces together, right? The Zoom, the Calendly, the webinar, you've done all the damn things. You've got deal finders. You're gonna take the intermediate people in the webinars, okay? And you're gonna arm them with marketing knowledge. You're gonna arm them with how to become better operators. Do you know who does this at the highest level right now? It's Alex Hormozi. Who here follows Alex Hormozi quite a bit? Okay, you guys have seen this. He just gives away everything, right? Gives it all away. Why? He's trying to create better operators because I can't work with a newbie. So what does he do? He gets you to a point where you're making 3 to 5 million and then you're ready to partner with him. It's a genius model. It's one of the best things out there, but you have to have an abundance mindset first. Take their intermediate people, turn them into absolute badasses so they bring you deals for free. Part 2, free marketing. If you're new and you're broke as a joke, just like I was 2 years ago, find the beginners who have the money. They've got all the money in the world and they want to be a part of the vision, but they don't got the time, the skills, the experience, or the desire. Take their money, launch a profitable marketing campaign, and cut them in. Give them some of the profit, give them an acquisition fee, show them along, do what you gotta do, but it's easy to get your marketing covered too. Fun fact, we do a ton of this still to this day. When I'm feeling like I have shiny object syndrome and I wanna go test something new, my partners are always like, hell no, we're not gonna test anything new, we're not gonna spend more money. And I'm like, what if I just throw a Zoom real quick and just get 50K in funding for you then? Can we do it? And they're like, yeah, fine. I get to vicariously live and do stupid shit because of this. Last and most importantly, investors, PML, you do all this right. The interested non-operators, right? The people who want to do the thing, they want to be involved. Hell, I want to be involved in land, but I'm too goddamn busy to be involved in land. So what do? Guys, I am funding Dennis's deals. I'm going to be funding Sumner's deals. I got paid on a paycheck by doing what? Throwing webinars, branding and marketing, and connecting Dennis with the lender. That's kind of badass, isn't it? Did it cost me any money to do that? No. Did I just start a land investing business to do that? Hell no. And I'm getting into land now. It's kind of badass. So, before we move on, because we're at about the end right here, I want to just hit on 2 things. These really matter. I know I'm coming up on time here. Marlon said something earlier today, and it hit me. No, we're gonna go back here. We're not done yet. He said something and it hit me. It was really important, and I had to pretty much ad-lib it in. When you guys start doing this stuff and you start attracting a lot of attention, something invariably will happen. You will attract the attention from people who aren't worth the attention. For a lot of the young folks here who want to become badass influencers, right? Like Marlon, like Sarah, you guys are going to crush and become huge influencers and massive entrepreneurs, and you're going to generate amazing crowds, and people are going to want to work with you. But the problem is, shitty people are going to want to work with you too. And Marlon has mentioned this, and it's the only reason this is totally going off topic here, but it matters. I've been in rooms where I have mentors who are making 8, 9 figures. I've had billionaire mentors who are friends, and I've been offered amazing opportunities to skyrocket my business. And the only reason that these opportunities come to me, it's not because of the amount of money I make, because I don't really make a lot of money in the grand scheme of things, but I know how to market, and I know how to brand, and I know how to push things. And they see that I'm good at this skill set, and they want to be tied to me. The problem is those people, like Marlon said, will cheat on their wives. Those people will screw other people out of money for a deal. They'll put a deal before the human being. Those people will compete instead of collaborate. Just know, and I'm totally virtue signaling here, and I'm totally okay with that. Whenever you do that and you work with those people and you know the shit that happens behind the scenes, in my humble opinion, you are selling a part of your soul that you cannot get back. So no matter how much money you make, guys, it's 2023. Becoming a billionaire is probably easier than it's ever been before in the history of the world, right? Safe to say. You can make all the money in the world. You can do it today, you can do it tomorrow, you can do it 10 years from now, it doesn't matter. But if you sell off a piece of your soul to work with someone who's interested in you because you're a damn good marketer, you can't get that shit back. So number one, don't ever compromise your integrity whenever you're doing these things. Whenever you're doing webinars, a lot of gurus will use these things to basically screw people over. You're all people of high integrity. I know that from spending this time with you. Please do not use this framework and try to screw people over with it. Use this framework to generate more wealth for yourself, for your loved ones, for your community. Take care of the people who trust you with their capital. If you're gonna do this webinar and raise $1.17 million in a day like I did, you better treat those investors like they're the best human beings on earth. Everyone in agreement with that? Amazing. Last thing, this is inspired a little bit. When you do these things, it's really easy to be cookie cutter. It's really damn easy, and I am obsessed with being different. There's this old saying about being one of one. What does that mean? It's about doing only the things that you can do. This comes from someone I look up to, again, Hermosi. He has a new saying, don't be one of one, be one of zero. Being one of one means that you do the things that you know only you can do. Being one of zero means do the things that you're not even sure anyone can do. Be one of zero in everything that you do, guys. It has been a tremendous honor. I love you all. Thank you.